Welcome to this week's edition of Taiwan Outlook. I'm your host, Chi-Cheng Lo. Over the past few decades, Taiwan has enjoyed a very good reputation for its medical education and medical service. However, now it's facing a lot of challenges. Internally, as a result of the application of the Universal National Health Insurance System, there have been a lot of complaints and concerns about the worsening of the quality of medical service in Taiwan. Externally, as a result of global competition, our medical service and medical education is also facing a lot of international challenges and competition. So what is the prospect of Taiwan's medical education, and what are the comparative advantages of Taiwan's medical industry? And these are the topics we're hoping to talk about today. And we're very, very delighted and honored to have the president of Taipei Medical University, Dr. Chung to come to our program to share with his views about those issues. Dr. Shu, welcome to our program.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here.
Let's start with the quality of students. There have been a lot of complaints about the worsening of the quality of students in Taiwan universities. Do you think that is the case?
I do not think so. Mm-hmm. I think we have a very good quality. Student quality are quite good. So
mm-hmm. You don't think that's the case?
Do not have a major concern about the quality of our students.
As we know that over the years, over the past few decades, medical universities have always had the way to get most of the best students in Taiwan. Do you think that's still the case, or are there more and more students going to biotech, information technologies and so on?
I think we're still getting the top tier students
mm-hmm.
Into the medical schools. Mm-hmm. So
I
do not see any problem. No.
But in terms of motives or motivations for those students who go into medical universities, do you see any difference between the students now and the students in the past?
I think we are getting better because we are now relying more and more on interview mm-hmm. as part of the mechanism to select the students who are best for being in the healthcare professional.
Let's see. But compared to what we had maybe 20 years ago, there are more medical universities now over the island. Do you see any changes in terms of competition in recruiting students and faculty members?
I do not think we have a problem in getting the best mm-hmm. students to go into the medical school. Mm-hmm. However, we do have some problems with getting the best faculty members mm-hmm. In the medical schools mm-hmm. because of the pay issues. Mm-hmm. I don't think we pay enough mm-hmm. to attract the best.
But is there any market system that we can pay more to get the best professors and faculty members?
I think we should. Mm-hmm. In the U.S., the private universities, mm-hmm. they usually pay top dollars to get the best mm-hmm. faculty members.
Yeah.
And so there's a market-driven competition for getting better faculty members.
Mm-hmm. You had been working in the States, teaching and practicing, and you returned to Taiwan a few years ago.
Yes.
How do you compare the students here in Taiwan and the medical students here in the States?
Well, I think we are as good as in the U.S. The reason I say this is I have one daughter mm-hmm. who went to a Harvard Medical School, mm-hmm. another daughter who went to Washington University School of Medicine in St. Louis. Okay. This medical school gets the students with the highest MCAT. Mm-hmm. MCAT is
entrance exam,
medical college admission
mm-hmm.
Test mm-hmm. scores, and also the GPA, the scores in the school. So this mm-hmm. medical school is the one. They just like to get the top student with the top scores. Mm-hmm. So I have two daughters mm-hmm. in schools which are ranked among the best. Mm-hmm. So I know they are quite good in the U.S. And compared to the students in Taiwan, mm-hmm. I think our students are as good as my daughters.
But in terms of the recruitment system, in the old days, you have the joint entrance exam.
Yes.
So that's the way you get your students.
Yes.
Now you have the different system.
Yes.
In combination of the entrance exam and also the interview system.
Yes.
Do you think that the new system works better in getting the best students or the most suitable students that you want to have?
I think the second system with the interview is the better system. Mm-hmm. Because if we select students based purely on scores, then we can get students who are just good in written exam, and they may not have the right kind of personality to be a medical doctor. So if we have an interview, we can understand more about the students' aptitude. You know, some of them may have a good scores, but their personalities may be better for other careers, and then they probably should not go to a medical school.
As you know, there are also competitions among the universities in getting the best students. What is your university's competitive advantage in getting the best students you want?
Well, ours is pretty good. We are behind the national universities, National Taiwan University, National Yangmin University, National Chung University, and then we are only behind one university, a private university, which is Chung University. However, Chung University only picks 50 students.
Every year.
We pick 150. So our scores may be a little lower, but you know, we still have a lot of good.
So you're still one of the best private medical universities in Taiwan. But as you mentioned that every year there are many good students, best students, entering into medical schools. But in terms of job markets for those doctors in the future, are there more and more competitions now than ever?
We have a very good plan controlling the number of medical school graduates. So currently we have 1,300 a year. So we do not grow too many medical doctors.
So you don't think there will be any oversupply of the doctors?
I don't think so.
But the problem that we have now in Taiwan is that there is a gap, between the cities and the rural areas and so on. So most doctors stay in the cities, but few doctors are willing to go to the townships and so on. How can we fix the problem?
Very good question. This is not a problem we face in Taiwan. In the U.S., it's the same problem. Most doctors would like to be in the city. And so the U.S. government has to come up with incentives to attract medical doctors to go to rural areas or like Indian reservations, which is somewhat similar to our
Aborigine areas.
Yes. So in Taiwan, we probably can do more.
Because it's
to have more incentives. The government should provide more to attract more doctors to go to.
But in terms of the quality of medical service, there, as I mentioned earlier, there have been concerns or complaints about the worsening of quality because of the provision of the universal health insurance system. Do you think that the quality now is getting worse?
Well, I have to say our quality of health care is among the best in the world. I think that most people would use the United States as a standard to compare. And I have been in the U.S. for 31 years, so I know the system very well. And I think we are better than the U.S. healthcare system.
So the Medicare, in terms of the price, it's very cheap. In terms of accessibility, it's very friendly. So do you think that quality itself can also be maintained by providing cheap and feasible and accessible service to our people?
Yeah, this is another good question. At the moment, our healthcare system has a very good quality at a relatively low cost.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because our doctors, nurses, salaries are relatively low compared to the U.S. So we have what I would call a low-cost healthcare system. But the quality, because our medical education is very good, so we still maintain a very good quality of healthcare.
But there have been concerns about the bankruptcy of the healthcare in Taiwan. Do you think that would be a nightmare for Taiwan?
Yeah, I think that will be a major issue we have to face. We need to plan ahead to keep a balance of the revenues and expenditure of our national health insurance program.
But do you think that the premium we are paying right now is too low, so we should pay more to get a better service?
I think we should pay more.
But do you think that people in Taiwan are ready for paying more?
I think we should. We should have a more public education. We should let people appreciate what kind of good quality of healthcare they are getting at a very low price. We easily can have a haircut, which is more expensive than going to see a doctor.
Yeah, that's right. But as a result of these complaints of the medical, service and so on, some people say that many people, young people, are now deterred from entering into the medical university. Do you see that is happening now in Taiwan?
Well, not yet, but this could happen because if we keep the healthcare professionals as the major target to reduce the healthcare costs, eventually will drive the young people away from entering the profession.
And in terms of the educational market, people are also proposing that maybe we can, select foreign students coming to Taiwan to study medical education and so on. Are you doing things like this now?
We would like to follow a very good policy is to globalize our education.
Yeah.
And the Ministry of Education has provided incentives to let universities to attract more foreign students to come to Taiwan, and we are doing our part.
But what are the comparative advantages of Taiwan's medical education in, getting the best, foreign students in terms of medical education?
I think the number one issue is the cost. As I told you earlier, I sent two daughters to medical school in the U.S. It costs a fortune. In Taiwan, it's very inexpensive. So nowadays, we have the foreign students come here to get into the medical school, and we charge them 3 times the tuition and fees
than the local students.
As the local students. But for those students coming from the U.S., it's still a bargain.
I see. But in terms of expertise and specialties and so on, what are the comparative advantages that Taiwan enjoys?
I think we are very good in many specialties. I would say every specialty we are competitive worldwide.
But so far, who are the major sources, or where are the major sources of our foreign students now?
We have students coming from the United States. For instance, we have students coming from UC Berkeley, graduates from UC Berkeley, UC San Diego. and we have students from Japan, Korea, and we also have students from Canada. Those are the major countries.
But after they finish their education here, when they go back to their country,
well, they have to go through all the
exams, right?
All kinds of exams.
And they still have the competitiveness, right?
Oh, we do, because our students go to the U.S. We do very well in passing their board exam.
Do those foreign students can they practice here in Taiwan after they graduate?
They actually can, because they are locally trained, locally educated. They can.
But are there many students now staying in Taiwan after they graduate?
Not many.
Not many. Okay. And we've been talking about the medical education. When we come back, we'll expand the topic. We can talk about the medical industry in Taiwan and how is Taiwan's medical industry and how competitive is our medical industry. And stay with us. We'll be right back.